Okay, guys, just a quick tactics video for you today. I wanted to go over this one here. This is the 4-3-3 attack. It's very similar to the 4-2-1-3. This is the most important thing. If we just compare this one over here, as we go back for, you see here, it's basically the most identical formation. Now, the only difference between this one and this one is CDMs. You see here, this one has CDMs and this one has center mid. So naturally, these players are going to be more aggressive, more attacking. So most of you guys that are watching this, if you're not good at defending, this formation most definitely is not for you, because at least with this one here, you have that safety net. You have those CDMs. They sit deeper. When you get counter attack, they're going to be sitting deeper. When you go forward, they're sitting deeper, ready for the counter attack as well, up against you. Do you want to increase your win rate just before team of the season? We got the Division 10 to Elite Division series. All the videos are finally uploaded. We show you how to get from Division 10 to the Elite Division, basic gameplay. No speed boosting, no mechanic abusing, no Trivella at all, because we want you to get there just with basic gameplay to show you don't need to mechanic abuse. If you want to mechanic abuse, that's fine. We want to show you how to play properly first and then show you what the pros do. What pros do is they used basic gameplay and then they mechanic abuse to get the top 10%. Not the other way around. They don't mechanic abuse first and then learn the basics. We go over complete in-depth tutorials. And don't forget, with my entire series, if you join now during team of the season, remember, if you don't get better after 1 month, we will refund your money. That is the nil guys guarantee. That is how sure we are. We've been running this for 4 or 5 years. We go over in-depth tutorials. We also go over pro gameplay analysis where we analyze the full professional player's game. We've got tutorials for everything: undefendable through balls, player locks, precision passing, precision shooting, everything that you could think of that goes beyond my YouTube channel. We've got the full defensive series, which defending series alone, just by watching that, I can guarantee you will improve. Patreon.com/NilGuys. Links down below in the description. If you don't get better after 1 month, just send a message on Discord or send a message through Patreon and I'll refund your money. That's the Nil Guys guarantee. Don't believe me? Try it out. What have we got to lose? Less than the price of a KFC meal nowadays. Links down below in the description. So the benefit of playing this formation far outweighs the cons. But if you are skilled enough and you don't mind being more attacking, haven't you just wanted to play a 4-2-1-3 where the center mids join in the attack? I think the way to see this is, imagine you're going down the wing, you're attacking down the wing, and you bring the ball back outside the box, and then you find that your CDMs are sitting too far away. But at least with center mids, they sit on the edge of the box, perfect for trying to, swing the ball back in or do a first time pass to your strikers. So you can do a speed boost, skill move, or simple touch and shoot. They're very effective. We're going to go over a different variation of this. So the striker, advanced forward, you almost want to mirror exactly what you do for your 4-2-1-3. So for most people, this is going to be inside forward balance. And don't forget, these players are left wings and right wings as opposed to left mids and right mid. So they will play exactly like for like in the 4-2-1-3. Now for the cam, I would still even more so veer towards a shadow striker, because you have center mids that are more attacking anyway. So I think with a more attacking formation, you ideally want to be going with shadow striker. I can understand the reasonings on why you might want to go with, for example, a playmaker, but there's no need. If you're playing attacking formation anyway, have these players more attacking. So that's the key there. Now the center mids. Now this is where I would say it really will just depend on yourself. And I would recommend 2 box-to-boxes. If you've got the 2 playstyle pluses, good attacking awareness and good defense awareness for both of these players. Don't forget, I think it's around 60% of the players, if I'm not mistaken, 60% or 40% of the players' movement is also dependent on stats, not just the rolls. Okay, so you want a plus here. They're going to make their way inside the box to be more attacking, and this is where you're going to see the formation really prosper. If you liked using the 4-2-1-3, but you felt just a bit too weak attacking wise, maybe you were left to your own devices with the front 4 and your CDMs were a bit too far away, well, this formation is going to close the gap. But having these players box to box, those late runners running inside the box, I've already showed you some visual examples before on box to box. You can go and check those out, but it is very effective. One thing you could even do, you might even see some of the top tier players do, is use a playmaker. I probably would not recommend using this. One playmaker and one box to box, I would say, is very attack heavy. This is extremely attack heavy. You wouldn't be watching this video anyway if you're doing that. You're probably a rank 1 player or a top tier player and you know how to defend. But I would say this is probably the most attacking. I would go 1 player on playmaker and 1 player on box to box. Remember, if you lose the ball, you're going to have no one left to defend. It's going to be up to you to run back with the nearest player and recover yourself. So you kind of left to your own devices there. And that's why I'd recommend 2 box to boxes. At least you kind of got a bit of both. Now, If you want one player to sit back, so what you could do is the most defensive option, you could put on holding, or you could put them on deep line playmaker defend. You can see here, either one is fine. You can use deep line playmaker defend. That's what most people are now are liking a bit more. So at least you got one player that kind of holds back, and then you got the other player that's got the freedom to go forward, if that makes sense. What I would say is you could even here consider putting them both on deep line playmaker. So let's say, or maybe both of them are holding. Let's say you want two CDMs, but maybe they sit higher and they're more involved in the attack, but you don't want them to go forward, then that could be an option for you as well. But if you're asking me, I think one box to box and one deep line playmaker, or if you want to be a bit attacking, one deep line playmaker and one playmaker, or if you want to be really attacking, one box to box and one playmaker. But I wouldn't really veer towards that. So those are the three choices. It's up to you. And I wrote the combinations down below if any of you want to copy that. So remember, again, this would depend purely on your style. Don't just copy anything randomly. Make sure you choose the right combination for you. It's really, really important you choose the right thing. Now, for the fullbacks on balance, I think it's fine. You have no CDMs, so I would not probably even suggest I'm using those like wingbacks. My general rule of thumb is if I have a formation where I have the center mids going forward, in my eyes, the back four stays in shape. So you could use probably balance, and I would say this is what I probably use personally speaking, because you still got a bit of that movement to help you. But I would probably recommend, if I was to recommend this for everyone, is using this on fullback defense. So my general consensus is if I have two center mids that are leaving their positions and going forward, most people, don't forget, either going to play some sort of combination of a 4-4-2, or they're going to be playing a 4-2-1, 4-2-1-1, 4-4-1-1, sorry, or for example, a 4-2-2 or 4-2-1-3. So at least you have at least here a 4 versus 4 worst case. So let's say, for example, your center mids have gone forward. There's no one there. At least you got a 4 versus 4 worst case scenario. So that is my logic. So if there's two center mids going forward, I would normally typically put the back four on fullback defend. Pretty much simple as that. Now for the counter, you normally use whatever you use for the 4-2-1-3. For most people here, this would be counter. And the defensive approach. Now this one is even more important. 70, I would recommend for rank 3 and above. Below, I would recommend something like a 45, okay? The reason why is you have no CDMs. I don't want you just to go into your games and start losing before I get blamed like I do for everything in life. So make sure you adjust this for your style. So, so important. And if you don't like this formation, you have to be good defending. If you're not good at defending, this is not going to be a tactic for you. As I mentioned earlier on the video, it's probably not worth using this. But if you really like the 4-2-1-3, but you want to be a bit more attack, you want the sentiments to be a bit more involved in the attack, then this is definitely a way to go. And I think with a deep line playmaker and a box to box, you got the right appropriate balance. And then if you want to be more attacking, you can always make this player box to box, but keep the back four in shape. So you almost want to keep that defensive line in shape. That way, if you do get countered, you have that safety net before 4v4, and then it's your job to defend the situation. If you run out with your center back, then that's your problem. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to get better FC, come to my Patreon, so patreon.com/NoGuides. We've got pressing videos, defending videos, how to defend, how to stop counter attacks, how to first time through, how to mechanic abuse even. Unfortunately, we have to show that there's still, but links down in the description. Don't forget, if you don't get bet after 1 month, we'll refund your money. We can guarantee during team of the season, just 7 videos, 7 defending videos you watch in order we suggest, we'll guarantee will improve your gameplay. If you don't, we'll refund your money after 1 month. That's no guys guarantee. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time.